Welcome back, Story Explorer. It's time for another adventure here at BrightLeaf Stories. Today, we are going to be reading The Quest for the Sunstone. Can Leo restore magic to the village? Let's find out.
The Quest for the Sunstone. The village of Flickerbrook was losing its magic. Once bright houses now looked like old newspaper, and the river shimmer flowed in dull, muddy brown. Little Leo, 8 years old and worried, watched as the last red flower in his garden turned dusty gray. The village elder, old Alara, called him close. "Leo, my brave one," Alara whispered, pointing toward the high, sharp peaks in the distance. "The colors are draining because the sunstone has dimmed. It rests atop the crystal peaks. Only a truly determined heart can retrieve it." Leo felt his heart thump, not with bravery, but fear. He was just a boy, but he knew he had to try. As he packed his plain burlap bag, a towering plant bent down to him. "Greetings, I am Professor Sprout," the sunflower announced, nodding his enormous head. "I seek definitive instructions. Which way is definitely forward?" Leo pointed toward the peaks. "That way, the quest for the sunstone." Suddenly, a tiny flicker zipped past. It was Glimmer, a small spirit wrapped in shy, pulsing light. Glimmer desperately wanted to speak, but could only manage a squeak, seeking a voice to articulate her feelings. "We welcome all travelers," Leo said kindly. Just then, the earth shook. A clumsy creature made of granite and moss stumbled into the clearing. "My apologies," rumbled Stonepaw, the rock golem. "I seek inner peace, but my exterior is perpetually chaotic. Perhaps the journey will bring me calm." The quest began across the whispering plains. The air here wasn't fog but confused thought, making the path twist. Professor Sprout attempted to lead, providing overly complex directions. "If the azimuth of the third juniper quadrant intersects the ephemeral shadow line, we must calculate the trajectory, or maybe just turn left." Stonepaw, worried about his lack of calm, tried to step lightly. Crunch! He tripped over a log hidden in the grass, sending pebbles flying, narrowly missing Glimmer. Leo rushed to steady the shaking golem. "Breathe, Stonepaw. It's okay to be a little clumsy." Next, they reached the silent canyon. A vast, deep gap separated them from the Crystal Peak's foothills. The only way across was a narrow, ancient rope bridge, too fragile for noise or abrupt movement. The bridge instructions were carved faintly on a marker. "Cross in silence. Success requires a clear signal." "A clear signal?" asked Professor Sprout, worried. "I could shout instructions." "No shouting. Remember the fragility," Leo cautioned. Glimmer wanted so badly to volunteer, hoping her desire for a voice would make her able to speak the signal. But only a faint, nervous pulse escaped her. Leo gently held out his hand to Glimmer. "Don't worry about your voice, Glimmer. We need a clear signal, and you are pure light." Glimmer stopped trying to speak. Focusing on the need for direction, she beamed her inner light straight across the gap, revealing hidden, firm anchor points for the bridge. They successfully crossed the quiet bridge. They soon entered the tangled thicket, where massive, thorny roots snaked everywhere. Professor Sprout got hopelessly twisted in the vines, complaining loudly about the lack of straightforward paths. "The root structure requires immediate analysis," Sprout insisted. Leo sighed. Then, Sprout stopped talking for a moment, listening only to the wind whispering through the leaves. He realized the wind showed which roots gave way easily. "The clearest path isn't spoken, it's felt," he murmured, discovering inner guidance. Freed from the thicket, they reached the Crystal Peak's foothills. The air grew thin, and the ground turned into sharp, shifting gravel. They were so close, but the upward path looked daunting. Leo held tight to his simple burlap bag. The final approach led through a shimmering glass labyrinth, a maze of thin, brittle crystal walls. Every step crunched. Stonepaw panicked. "It is too fragile. I will shatter everything. I cannot be calm here. I am too clumsy." Leo reminded Stonepaw of the canyon crossing. "You aren't seeking quick calm, Stonepaw. You seek inner steadiness. Your stone body is strong, not fragile. Stonepaw stopped shaking. He took one slow, deliberate step. Instead of clumsiness, his natural weight provided unshakable steadiness, guiding them perfectly through the thin glass maze. They finally emerged onto the summit, freezing in the clear, icy air. Before them, resting on a pedestal carved from pure ice, was the Sunstone. It was disappointing. It was just a dull, gray, ordinary pebble, casting no light at all. Leo knelt down. "It's just a rock," he sighed. "Flickerbrook will fade entirely." Professor Sprout straightened up, surprisingly quiet. Glimmer focused her light on the stone, hoping to ignite it, but her beam only reflected sadly off the gray surface. Leo looked at his friends, seeing their quiet efforts. He realized something. "Professor Sprout, you found the clearest path by listening, not talking. Glimmer, you showed us the way with your silent, powerful light. Stonepaw, you found steadiness in your strength, not forced calm." Leo felt a warmth bloom in his own chest, the determination he had used to overcome his fear. "We brought what we needed all along. We were the light, the direction, the steadiness. We were the quest." As he spoke these words, words of realized internal strength, the gray stone pulsed, then exploded in brilliant, warm sunlight. The colors rushed back instantly, cascading down the crystal peaks like a river. They raced home, watching Flickerbrook turn vibrant red, sunny yellow, and shimmering blue again. The Sunstone, now radiating their shared inner brilliance, settled on the pedestal in the village center. Leo, Professor Sprout, Glimmer, and Stonepaw knew the truth. True magic wasn't found outside, but discovered deep within the heart, the mind, the spirit, and the steadiness of every unlikely friend.
Friends for me and you, a happy story.